Have you ever wondered if invisible divisions exist in the world that shape how life evolves? Let's take a journey through the lens of evolutionary biology. Somewhere in the deep corners of the Earth, there's a line, an invisible boundary, known as the Wallace line. This line, located between the ecozones of Asia and Australia, is far more than just a geographical demarcation. It's a testament to the intricate tapestry of life on Earth, and how it's shaped by the world's divisions. The man behind this line, Alfred Russel Wallace, was a pioneer in the field of evolutionary biology. He dedicated his life to understanding the complexities of life and its evolution. His studies took him to the farthest corners of the world, leading him to discover this fascinating, invisible wall. The Wallace line, an invisible border with a profound impact on Earth's biodiversity, remains one of the world's most intriguing natural phenomena. Imagine a line that can dictate the types of animals you'd find in certain regions. Welcome to the reality of the Wallace line. Let's delve into the fascinating world of biodiversity that this invisible division has fostered. Picture this. On one side of the Wallace line, you'd find animals that are typically associated with the Asian continent: tigers, elephants, primates, and a wide variety of bird species. Now, cross this invisible boundary, and you find yourself in a completely different ecosystem. This is where the Australian fauna takes over with kangaroos, wombats, and the elusive platypus. This stark contrast isn't merely a coincidence, it is the result of millions of years of evolution, shaped by the geographical isolation created by the Wallace line. The deep oceanic trench that forms this line has acted as a formidable barrier, preventing the migration of land animals between the Asian and Australian continents. Over time, this has led to the evolution of distinct species on either side of the line. The observations made by Alfred Russel Wallace, the British naturalist this line is named after, have played a pivotal role in understanding the theory of evolution. Wallace noticed the difference in species on either side of the line during his exploration of the Malay archipelago in the 19th century. His findings, which highlighted the influence of geographical isolation on species diversification, were instrumental in shaping the concept of natural selection. Wallace's work, along with that of Charles Darwin, has provided us with a comprehensive understanding of how species evolve and adapt to their environment. But the Wallace line isn't just about dividing animal species, it's a stark reminder of how geographical barriers can shape the course of life on Earth. It demonstrates the incredible adaptability of species and the diverse ways in which life can evolve, given the right circumstances. The Wallace line, more than a simple geographical boundary, is a testament to the powerful force of evolution. But the Wallace line is just one example of the many invisible lines that divide our world. Our planet is a mosaic of invisible boundaries, each shaping our world in distinctive ways. Let's take a look at some of these divisions. Firstly, geopolitical boundaries. These are lines drawn on maps separating one country from another. But they do more than just define territories. They influence politics, economies, and social structures. They can create peace or ignite conflict. Each border tells a story of historical events, diplomatic negotiations, and sometimes wars. Then there are climate zones. Imagine the Arctic chill of the polar zones, the scorching heat of the tropics, or the mild weather of the temperate zones. These invisible climate lines influence the kind of life that can exist in these regions, shaping the flora, fauna, and even the human cultures therein. And speaking of cultures, we can't forget cultural divides. These invisible lines separate regions of different languages, traditions, and values. They influence our perceptions, our relationships, and our identities. Cultural divides can both enrich our world with diversity and create challenges for unity and understanding. So whether we're talking about the Wallace line, geopolitical borders, climate zones, or cultural divides, these invisible lines are more than just abstract concepts. They are powerful forces that shape our world, our societies, and our lives in ways we often don't realize. Invisible lines, be they the Wallace line or geopolitical boundaries, shape our world in ways we often don't realize. Why should we care about these invisible lines and divisions, you might ask? Well, these unseen partitions are crucial in conservation efforts, understanding the world's biodiversity, and in shaping education systems globally. Recognizing these divisions fosters unity, bridging gaps between communities and nations. It enhances our comprehension of the world we inhabit, our role within it, and how we can contribute positively to it. Invisible lines shape our world, our lives, and our understanding of nature. By understanding them, we can better appreciate the world in all its diversity.